Hello everyone, the casual boxing fan here. I just want to make a quick video talking about the Dillian Whyte and Deontay Wilder situation with the WBC. It seems like it's a right mess. Seems like there's a whole bunch of arguing between fans and a whole bunch of other bullshit going on, as usual in boxing. It seems like everyone's got an excuse for why he should get the fight, everyone's got an excuse for why he shouldn't. But I feel there's a fair way to decide whether he deserves the shot or not. Fair. Let's just have a look at Wilder's previous voluntaries and see what they did to earn the shot. And if we decide that Wilder's given voluntaries to lesser fighters for less, then why can't Dillian Whyte get the shot? Let's be fair and let's hold Whyte to the standard that Wilder has set. So, first defense he had was against Eric Molina, the drummer boy. And Molina beat a journeyman before he fought Wilder, but he did have a win over, let's see, nobody. He got stopped in one round by Areola and then went on to fight journeyman level opponents and got a title shot. Oh, okay. Let's move on to his next fight, Johan Duopa. Oh, Johan Duopa lost to Eric Temper and then would barely beat Manuel Chan and get a title shot. Oh, okay. Let's have a look at, I think next was Artur Spilska. Let's have a look at what Spilska done. Oh, he beat Adamek and then he went on to fight journeyman level fighters, so I guess beating Adamek is enough to get a title shot, okay. And the next was Areola. Well, Areola was a late replacement, wasn't he? But who had Areola beat since then? Well, he beat Curtis Harper, got a draw for journeyman in Fred Cassie, and got a win over Travis Kaufman, overturned because I think he smoked some weed. Well, Areola, a good replacement. Well, Anthony Joshua gets beaten up by a stick for fighting Carlos Takam as a late replacement for Kubrat Pulev, even though Takam was sanctioned as a mandatory because he was number 2 in the IBF rankings. And that's the rule of the IBF, that if the number 1 contender is not available, you have to move down the rankings so you find someone who is. But people don't mention that, do they? People only pick what they want to pick. So, yes, Takam is a bum, as a lot of people say, even though he's a great fighter, but Takam is a bum, and Areola is amazing as a late replacement. Next, he fought Gerald Washington, who beat Ray Austin and Eddie Chambers. 2 men that had seen better days, I would say, that were good fighters maybe 7-8 years before Washington got to them, but I won't give him too much hate for it. You know, they were good fighters. You know, then we know he went on to fight, Luis Ortiz and Tyson Fury. Both of them men were deserving of a shot, in my opinion, because both were top high-level fighters. I like both of them. But we just see there, between a lot of fighters that Wilder gave a shot to, that they were undeserving, weren't even in the top 5 of the WBC rankings, and had done very little to earn a shot. While on the other hand, you have Dillian Whyte, who has beaten Derek Chisora twice, who of course is a bum. Derek Chisora is a bum according to a lot of fans. You know, was definitely wasn't a bum when he was giving Fury a hard fight in the first fight, or when he knocked out Takam. No, he wasn't a bum then, but he's a bum now. Then he beat Joseph Parker, who was a terrible, terrible champion. Couldn't do anything, was weak. Even though a lot of people said he beat Joshua. I don't agree with that, but a lot of people on the YouTube, I've seen the video, said, oh, he beat Joshua, he was just robbed. But no, when Whyte beats Joseph Parker, he's a bum. Okay, he beat Lucas Brown, but Lucas Brown, again, he's a bum too. And he beat Hellenius. Hellenius is also a bum. You see, because anybody that certain people have never seen fight, or they've just see a loss in their record, or immediately cast off as a bum. That's kind of how boxing is these days. Everyone's a bum, unless they know who you are, or unless you got a big mouth and you talk a lot of shit. But what I can tell you is Dillian Whyte has a better resume than Spilska, than Washington, than Molina, and a lot of them guys. So why can't he get the shot? I get it. He's had 2 mandated positions. Right, let's discuss that. One against Ortiz and one against Fury. Fury ain't never going to take a mandated position against Wilder to get number 1 contender. Against Fury's never going to fight Whyte to get the top spot in the WBC. Let me tell you why. Because Fury can fight whoever the hell Fury wants. He doesn't need to be number 1 in any organization. I've said this before. Fury's a big enough name and a big enough draw that any champion will fight him willingly. Wilder was going to give him 50-50 for the rematch. So why is he going to fight Dillian Whyte for less money for getting the number 1 spot when he can get it anytime he wants? He's not going to do it. Now, should Whyte fight Luis Ortiz? Of course he should fight Luis Ortiz. That's a great fight. I wouldn't say don't fight him. Of course fight him. But what I will say is, Who the hell did Stavern beat to become number 1 contender? Nobody. He just got a rematch, and he just sat on his ass for like 2 years, didn't do anything. You know what I mean? Then who the hell did Brazil beat? Eric Molina. Eric Molina's not the type of top heavyweight that you should be getting a title shot after. Joseph Parker is, though, a former world champion. Beat someone like that, then you should get a title shot. But no, you beat Eric Molina, you get a title shot. That's bullshit, and you fans know it. You fans know Whyte's been asked to do more than the other 2 mandatories that Wilder's defended against. It's rubbish. It is. It's unfair and it's rubbish. If that's going to be the standard they set, then they should do it for everybody, not just one guy. Treat everybody fairly and equally and hold everyone to the same standard. Don't pick and choose when you want to give someone a tough fight. Or don't pick and choose when you want to put barriers and blockades in front of one guy. Do it all the time. That's the problem with the WBC. They like to enforce their rules when they feel like it. For instance, look at Jamel Charlo, been what? Interim champion for 2 years, can't get a fight with Canelo. Come on, man. It's bullshit, that's what it is. Let's see it, you know. Whyte deserves a shot. He doesn't not deserve a shot. What's he not done not to deserve a shot? Just because some people don't like him. It doesn't matter who you like and who you don't like. It's about what's fair. What standard does Wilder set a standard of people he's willing to defend against. And Whyte meets that standard and goes over it. So why can't he fight him? What's Adam Kornacki done to deserve a voluntary? What's Luis Ortiz done to deserve a voluntary? Who have they beat? Who's Ortiz beat since he got knocked out? Razvan Kajani? Travis Kaufman? Christian Hammer? Is that the type of resume that sounds like it deserves a title shot? Hell no, it's not. Whyte's done more than that. So give the man a shot, a voluntary shot. That's not a big deal. But you fans want to say, no, he doesn't deserve this, he doesn't deserve that. Who are you to say he deserves anything? It's the same as you fans are always in people's pockets. Watching pockets like you're a bank. None of you fans know what someone deserves, what he doesn't deserve. Because you don't know shit. Because if you knew anything about boxing, you knew Whyte does deserve a voluntary defense against Wilder. Because the people Wilder's given voluntaries to before. He meets the criteria. I'm not saying this. Wilder's record says it. Don't all of a sudden now change the narrative and say, well, Wilder's bigger than that. Wilder's bigger than what? I'm asking Wilder to do the same thing he did for the other fighters. Give Whyte a voluntary shot because he's earned a voluntary shot at the very least because you gave voluntaries to lesser fighters. And I'll do the same to AJ. You've set a standard at a level of competition you're willing to fight. Follow through with that and give Whyte a shot. Should Whyte fight Ortiz for the mandatory spot? Of course he should. I would love to see that fight. But he's fighting Rivas, who's a tough fight. If he beats Rivas, he 110% deserves a shot at Deontay Wilder. You can't tell me otherwise. If you tell me otherwise, you're blowing smoke up your own ass. And you're not a fan of boxing. You're a fan of one single fight, and that's name's Deontay Wilder. Because there's no other reason why you'd be creating all these bullshit narratives. Be like, Luis Ortiz, that's a great fight. I don't want to see Luis Ortiz Wilder again. I just saw Ortiz get his ass knocked the fuck out by Wilder. Luis Ortiz is a great fighter, but go beat someone and then come back. Reinvest me into it. Luis Ortiz is what, 4 years old? How good is he going to get in the 2 years since they fought? Or the year since they fought? It's been 2 years. How good is he going to get? Come on, man. Be realistic, fan, man. Whyte's got better since he lost to Joshua. Let's see him v Wilder. A lot of people say, why doesn't he fight AJ? Well, I don't really want to see him fight AJ again because I already saw it. I want to see him fight Wilder. I think it'll be entertaining. I think the press conference will be great. I feel that the fight will be great. I'm not saying Whyte beats Wilder. I'm not saying Wilder beats Whyte. I just want to see the fight because it looks like it'll be a great fight. Why do you want to stop a great fight from happening? I don't understand it. Come on, fans. Wake up, man. Stop trying to be fanboys. Stop trying to suck the nuts of these fighters, man. I've seen comments all the time where you fans just being proper fanboys. I want to see Whyte Wilder because it's a great fight. It will be entertaining. That's the only reason for it. And Wilder set a standard, and I want him to follow through with that standard he set. There is no denying it. So let's see it. Let's enjoy it. Okay? Yeah, he can fight for the mandatory spot. He can, and he should. But, at the same time, Wilder didn't make Dualpa, he didn't make Spilska, he didn't make all these other guys fight for that spot, did he? He gave them a voluntary, and he could do the same for Dillian Whyte, who's more deserving of it than Adam Kornacki or Luis Ortiz. And you can't deny that. There's no denying it, is there? So let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see the fight. That's all there is to it. You know, I want to see it. Wilder can have it next. You know, Wilder's going to make more money anyway fighting Whyte, because Whyte can't. If Whyte asks for like an extreme amount of money, then I'll be like, yeah, then Whyte's just taking the piss. But Wilder's going to get more money fighting Whyte than he would be if he fights Luis Ortiz, in my opinion. So I think the Whyte fight and Wilder fight will do great. I think it'll be very entertaining. I think it'll build up a lot of interest. Because Ortiz don't speak no English, does he? Brazil didn't really talk any trash, but Whyte's going to talk a hell lot of trash. To me, the fight does better. Let's see it. It's a great fight. There should be no issue with it. But fans want to create an issue. They want to create excuses. I don't need to make excuses. If it's a good fight, I want to see it. The only time I make excuses if it's a bad fight. I give Wilder credit for beating Brazil in the way he beat him. That was his mandatory. It's out the way. You can have a voluntary. Give that goddamn voluntary to Dillian Whyte. And don't tell Dillian Whyte he has to fight Ortiz before he can fight you. Because you fans use that as an excuse too. But when AJ was like, oh, fight Whyte, then you can fight me. You're all like, well, you can't tell him what to do. That's not it. Wilder can't dictate who Whyte fights. And AJ can't dictate who Wilder fights. I want to see great fights. I don't want to see fighters jump through hoops. This is not the circus. If I want to see people jump through hoops, I'll go to the circus and watch a lion jump through fire. I want to see big fights, proper fights, entertaining fights. And every fan should want to see them instead of making up stupid excuses, writing shitty little comments on YouTube, making their dumb-ass videos about bullshit. Everyone's a bum. That's what I hear all day. Everyone's a bum. Whyte Wilder is the fight to make next. Especially if Whyte gets past Rivas, why shouldn't that fight be next? That's 5 top wins in a row he's had. Let's see it. Let's get it done. Let's get it cracking. That's the best fight to make, and I don't even think how anyone can deny that, because if you deny it, it's a fucking prick. But you want to see Ortiz again? Ortiz already got knocked out, so let's cut the shit with a knife. Let's see it, man. That's my take on the whole WBC situation. WBC be making Whyte do more than they made Stavern and Brazil do. They're being unfair. They're making him jump through too many hoops. That's the bottom line. You don't agree? Look what they made Brazil do. Look what they made Stavern do. And say, are they being fair to Whyte and what they're asking him to do? They're putting harder people in front of him. They're putting more of a blockade in front of him. I'm being fair. I'm following the standard that Whyte set. I'm following the standard Wilder set. I'm following the standard WBC set. I'm looking at what they've done. And I'm coming up to a conclusion. Listen to me, people, because I know a lot of people may watch and not like it. They set a standard. I'm following that standard, and I've come to a full-drawn conclusion. I ain't got my emotions in it. I ain't being unfair. I ain't involving Anthony Joshua. I ain't involving Eddie Hearn. I ain't involving this or that person or this other. No. I'm looking at what Wilder's done before. I'm looking at what the WBC's done before. And I'm following the standard that they've set and saying, this is what's fair. This is what's unfair. I advise any fans to do the same. And you will come to the same conclusion as me. My conclusion is simple. Whyte v Wilder should happen. It's a great fight. It's entertaining. Let's see it. Any fan who disagrees with me, write in the comments below why it shouldn't. Don't just be like, well, he's not fighting as mandatory. Because Jesus Christ, how many fighters get title shots without fighting in a mandatory position? And even if he does fight a mandatory, he's still got to wait a year for Wilder, doesn't he? How do we know Wilder's going to fight him straight away? Because we have to wait till the WBC enforce it. Jamel Charles waited 2 years for the WBC to enforce his shot. So come on, fans, fighting for the mandatory spot is that important. And some people say, well, Wilder gave his word. Wilder's word don't mean nothing. This is boxing. It's a business. Words don't mean nothing. Loyalty don't mean nothing. Let's see the fight. Let's make it happen. Wilder Whyte. That's what I want next. Thank you very much for listening, man. This has been the Casual Boxing Fan.